everybody, welcome to today's live. We're going live just a little bit early because I have some things I'm anticipating that I need to get to this afternoon. So let me just hit paste and put all of our info here. Hi, welcome. We're so happy you guys are here. Fridays, Nicole and I are alternating right now, going live. She's out of state, so it just works a little bit better for us with the technology. So hello, and if you didn't get a chance yesterday, it was Nicole's birthday, and her live that she did is still available on the replay for a little bit longer. So welcome, welcome. Oh, okay, thanks, Riffy. So it's 11:11, awesome. I guess that means it's 1:11 here. I was planning to go on round one, so that's perfect. So hello and welcome. And anybody that's new, my name is Amy. I'm a channel and my background's in nursing. I do past life hypnotherapy, readings, energy work. So we'll let everybody join. And how is everybody doing? It's been a minute since I've been on. I have two accounts right now going. So we have at Starlight Photos over here and then Amy Sikarsky over here. So if you popped on to either one, thank you so much. And we're glad that you guys are here. Today I thought we would talk about ascension symptoms, the ascension process, light body activations, do some readings, just answer some questions. There's been a lot of shifts in the energy lately, and sometimes it just, I guess, like flows right on by me. But this week it hit pretty hard. So welcome everybody, and I would love to hear from you and to see if you're going through any symptoms of ascension also, and we will talk about that if you're not familiar with that terminology and what that means. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Hello, hi Melby, hello, hi Root, hi Elijah, hi everybody. So I'm just curious, how many of you are familiar with the ascension process, or let me know if this is a new term for you, ascension, light body activations and all of this. So go ahead and type it in and let me know. Okay, so yeah, Ruth says that she slept all day yesterday and there's been many big shifts. Yes, so sleeping is one of the symptoms of it, and I slept all day like 2 days ago. It was crazy. So and all right, so and we have light body is changing. Yes, okay, so our energetic system is made up of our chakras and our auric field, and when I see the auric field, I'll often see sacred geometry. It looks like a structure within the auric field, and it's like a template, and some people have it already clicked together, I guess. It's formed and it's buzzing, like it's all lit up and it's going, and others that structure is still being formulated. And so that's part of the light body activations. And I'm reading a lot of comments, and I'll come back in just a minute and review all of those. So that's part of the light body activation. So if you're having a light body activation, that means that the energy that's running through your system is amplified, it's raised to a different frequency, and if you're working especially, sometimes that we're not consciously working. So this can happen to you even if you're not familiar with the process. So maybe as we talk about it today, you'll realize like, oh wow, I think this has been something I've been experiencing and I wasn't quite aware of it. But so if you're working with a team of healing angels, guides, starseed beings, they will come in, and I've seen them come in and they'll help connect these points of light, this grid that's in the auric field. It's just, how do I want to describe it? They kind of look like sections, look like a triangle, so it's this sacred geometry and it pops up around, and it just holds the structure. When it lights up with light, when it lights up with light, so when you have your system to the next level and you're flowing really nicely and you light it all up, it can act like they're saying a beacon of light. So it sends out a signal. So you're acting like a beacon of light. So then you are emitting this signal, this frequency at a higher rate. Also, it's like an antenna. So if you want to use your clear gifts or your intuition, when you have an activated light body, it's so much easier to tune into the different frequencies. Through your intention, you would select what frequency. So when I do readings, I first connect in with the archangels and then the client's guides, and I look at their energy field, and it's all through intention. So you would say, so I would say, okay, show me this, or I'd ask a specific question, and the information comes through so much cleaner if my light body, if I've activated it right before. So you guys can do all of this as a part of your process. And what happens for us is that we can naturally get there through meditation. We can naturally get there through conscious awareness, through thinking, from being present and just aware of our actions. So there's all of these like beautiful ways that we can increase our energy field, raise our vibration, and have that light body activating. And that's just a little piece of it. That's just one aspect of it. So I'm going to scroll through some comments real quick and just see so that I didn't miss any like really important questions or comments. So everybody's saying hello. Hi everyone. Hi. So we have some friends here that are definitely feeling their light body shifting and changing. That's wonderful. Somebody says that their connection isn't going so well. Hopefully it'll regulate out. If not, pop over to the other channel over. I'm on Starlight Photos and at Amy Sikarsky. And you guys, last night, our whole neighborhood, our internet went down. So if it's a little sketchy, pop onto Starlight Photos because I'm going off of data there. Melly B says she's feeling very weak and lethargic, like she could sleep forever. So we're going to talk about that. And some muscle spasms, twitching, and buzzing. So like ringing of the ears or buzzing running through the body, that's also symptoms. Okay, so we have somebody saying they're pregnant, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to distinguish sometimes. Yes, oh, Melody, feeling blinded. So you guys, I started to write a newsletter last night, and this was one of the topics. And then I thought, why don't we talk about this tomorrow on the live? And that is one of the symptoms, is being sensitive to light, to sound, and to energies of others. So we'll talk about that in a little bit more too. Tingling, discomfort, like the part of raising the light body would be a part of clearing out what's already there that needs to be released. And so when we do a lot of cleansing work, it can feel like we're tired. It can feel like we have symptoms of the cold or the flu. Of course, if it continues on and it hits you really hard, I always say to go see like your care provider, so medical doctor or Eastern or Western medicine, whatever it might be, just to make sure that it's not physical. But these are energetic symptoms of this ascension and the shift. Somebody's saying that they were meditating the other day and their heart started racing. Yes, that can be a part of it, and a lot of sleeping. So I'm seeing a lot of the same, some of the same symptoms. So, okay, over here, let's see. All right, so thanks everybody for joining. I'm just reviewing questions over here. We're talking about light body activations, light body ascension symptoms, and signs. So symptoms typically, because like in nursing, a symptom has a negative connotation, but in this world, it can be looked at like a fun and exciting experience, because it's like, oh wow, I'm going through this, but I understand it. And so we kind of get to see the other aspect of it, and it helps us, gives us hope and helps us get through all of the process. So that is what we are talking about today. So let's talk about sleep. If we're extra sleepy, and I always like to talk about the cause of things. So although we'll have a symptom, what is a common cause of that ailment? So one of the aspects of activating the light body is that our energetic system is upgraded, and actually our DNA can change and it can elevate in consciousness. Our cells, our structure, our physical structure. Some of you mentioned feeling light running through you. Some of you have mentioned feeling a tingling sensation. For me, it often feels like little tiny effervescent bubbles, like little tiny oxygen bubbles running through my system when I have these I will call an activation, so an upgrade. This is physically going into our cellular structure and changing our body. So if you just think about any process that's changing the physical body or that's adjusting the energetic field, can have the ability to make us a little bit sleepy. And the reason it does that is because our system is shifting and then we go into an integration process. So we will see this with clients where we're doing energy healing work and we've rearranged some frequencies, maybe opened some chakras or repaired some damage, and then their system is repairing. So you can talk about it like you could call it integration or repairing. There's, whatever terminology you want to use around that. Also, so if you at home are doing your own healing work through meditation, or you're clearing your energetic field, you also have the opportunity to experience this influx of energy that will go in and they're saying, I'm hearing manipulate, but it's a good manipulation. So it's actually like going in there and moving things around within your system. And that in itself can be a little taxing on the physical body, let's just say. So sleeping is a really important aspect. And if you're feeling really tired, it's so important to have self-care for yourself and take that rest that you need so that your body can upgrade and integrate the work that it's going through that you're doing. Because on some level, you're aware of it and you gave permission, and that's a part of your journey and your path. So, hello, I'm seeing a lot of people joining over on Starlight Photos, so welcome, and hi over on Amy Sikarsky. We're talking about ascension today and some of the signs and symptoms. So that is one of the symptoms is a lot of sleeping. Now, once you hit a certain point, like I had an experience a couple days ago. Normally I can take 3 to 4 clients in a day, no problem. But I had an in-person client. It went a little bit over, which is okay. And so it was like 2 hours and 20 minute session. And it was like a full hour and 15 minutes of reading and then energy work. And in their appointment, I was popping in and out of dimensions. It was like all parallel lifetimes, past lifetimes, however you want to look at it, stuff going on in the past and this life, and like popping in and out, just looking at different aspects of the energy field and communicating with guides and angels. So by the end of that day, I was so tired and I had to sleep. So that's another aspect. It's like something that will come a little bit later on. So once you have your light body activated and you're at the point where you're like really being able to understand and use your clair gifts, and that's another little tangent real quick. A lot of us have the ability to use our clair gifts. We just haven't tried yet. So I totally would say and encourage you to practice and to try using those clair gifts and see how it's working for you. Like, where are you at in that process? So it used to take me a little bit of time to drop in, and now I can drop in immediately. So when I say drop in, that's my terminology for connecting into a higher frequency, my guides and angels, and like start channeling. So so that's the same thing if you're trying to if you're working on your clairvoyant abilities or your telepathy or clairsentient abilities, just working with it. But once your energy field is activated and you're using all of your clair gifts, you're still upgrading, and we're still like pulling in energy. So I look at our system like a column. So you have a column of light, and how open is your column of light? And so you have the diameter of the chakras and the meridians that are running through you, and also just in your energetic, your auric field, your biofield, how much light can you feasibly hold that won't like fry your system? So your guides will help you, and through the process of meditation, that will help you as well to just have these gentle awakenings, these gentle ascension upgrades. And once you get where you're working with it and you're popping into different dimensions and stuff, you can also get tired. So no matter where you are on the spectrum of being in tune or working with these energies, if you're working for yourself or others, if you get tired, it's so important to take care of yourself, to let your physical body rest, to let your energetic body rest and integrate. So that's one aspect of the ascension process. And the next one we'll talk about is sensitivity. But let me see, I'm totally seeing a lot of questions. So let me just check in really quick. Some of you are working with Ascended Masters. That's wonderful. I love working with Ascended Masters and the Archangel realm because their energy is so high in frequency, when they come into this space, it automatically clears the energy around and it will raise your vibration. So you can think of it as an attunement. So some of you are familiar with the term attunement through Reiki, but it's just a way of their energy vibration training and tuning your vibration up to another level. So when we work with ascended masters and archangels, it's always like a really beautiful partnership. So let's see, some of you are answering questions for each other, so thank you so much. My name is Amy, so somebody was asking if my name was Emily, but my name is Amy, so hello and welcome. Okay, so I'm just seeing lots of hellos and highs, and we will do questions in a little while. We'll do some like reading type questions. So right now let's talk about ascension, and I think I caught most of your, I might have missed a few, but let's continue on. Okay, so let's talk about sensitivity. So as our system is upgrading, a few different things happen. So in our light body, we become more tuned in, and that with that comes sensitivity. And so this would be sensitivity to foods, to electromagnetic frequencies, to lights. When we're talking about lights, I have some lights on me right now. They're kind of like pointed, not at my face, because it's really challenging to have, if you talk to any intuitive that uses their third eye a lot, it's a little bit challenging to have a bright light shining on your third eye. It can be very uncomfortable when you're doing readings and just generally. So I've met quite a few that this is the case, and it's the case for me. So if you have that experience, just know it's kind of normal and common. But the reason is, if you've ever worked with your third eye and tried to see energy, a lot of us start by closing our eyes, because it provides a contrast where we can see the vision. And the visions, for me, I would describe it as a hologram. It's like a holographic story or a vision, like a movie that's playing. And when we have a bright light, it dilutes that contrast of the hologram, but also we're opening our third eye. And so to have a bright light, especially I would say like artificial light shining into your third eye, into your pineal gland, can be super uncomfortable. So one aspect would be sensitivity to lights, sensitivity to EMFs. Now when I go out and about, I kind of just like put my boundaries up and I don't open up all my clear gifts. So physically speaking, I'm definitely sensitive to fluorescent lighting. So any fluorescent lights above me, I can't even, like, it's so challenging to go into any of those big hardware stores or big box stores like IKEA. Oh, get me out of there. I get so sick physically. I get nauseous from the lighting in there. So if you're having that, that's a symptom too. So symptoms to the environment around you. Also, you can be sensitive to the energy of the land. So if you're driving through some space, or if you're visiting a location and there's a lot of activity there, you can feel it and it can make you uncomfortable. It can give you anxiety. Some people get physically sick. So, so just know that these sensitivities are very common, and so that's what it is that you're experiencing, and it's your body's way of saying, hey, something's off, something's not healthy, something is not in the best alignment for myself right now. So so this is really important for you to understand. Of course, you will have sensitivities to other people's energies, and this is a gift. This is also something people can struggle with, because if we're super empathic and we don't understand how to regulate that, we can pick up other people's thoughts and emotions and think they're our own, and then leave an encounter in a funky mood and all agitated and just like all grouchy and stuff. So so it's really important, if you ever well, this is what I do. Like in the morning, I do a note of myself and I say, okay, how am I feeling today? What is my energy at? And then when I'm working in conversation with a client or just somebody in my life, and then after, if I start to feel a little bit off, then I can ask myself, okay, did I feel like that before? Could it possibly be from that conversation? And I'll also tune in with my guides and I'll say, show me where this energy is coming from, like the source of it, so it can get cleared. So that is something that, okay, so I'm reading real quick. Somebody is saying they can certainly be sensitive to tones. Yes, like their refrigerators, TVs, all the electromagnetic frequency. Yes, yes, yes. So you can try and like eliminate that to the best of your abilities. Some people completely go, well, this is a whole other thing, like with the internet, do you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't want to do the Wi-Fi, some people are super sensitive to the cell phone, and it does physically affect us. So it's just like at what level is it bothering you? So, unknown caller. I had a call on the other phone. Hold on, hopefully it's back. Sorry guys, I had a call. This happened last time. I'm using my data so it happens. But let me know if you can see me on Starlight Photos because my whole screen is black. And I don't know, this is crazy. It happened last time. So let me know if you can see me on Starlight Photos, and if not, I'm gonna have to I will have to, okay, thanks guys. I'll have to restart it. So I can see comments, but I can't see myself, and that's totally fine. So, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty, so some of the other symptoms, oh, this was one that I was thinking about this morning, are headaches. So why would we get headaches, people might wonder. Well, we can get headaches because the energy around us is dissonant to our field. So if our chakras are starting to open up to a level that they weren't before, so our crown and our third eye, we also have chakras in our ears, you guys, and we have tiny ones that go all the way around the crown. So like literally if you were to wear a tiara or a crown, there's like these really small, they're called transpersonal chakras, and they go all the way around. So when these chakras are activating and opening, we can feel pressure from the inside out that can feel like little headaches. And so if you're feeling these headaches, whenever I feel a headache come on that I know is energetic, so it's not something physical, it's definitely energetic, I will do one of two things. I'll start to clear my field, and you can do that through visualization or using your, if you do energy work, then you know that you have chakras in the palms of your hands, and you can run energy through those. And so then you have like these etheric fingers, so you don't have to really even use your physical body, but I start to pull energy off with my etheric fingers. So you're clearing it, and then also you can charge it up by sending energy just around. So it's either probably one of two things. It's too much energy coming at you, sitting at the chakras that you're trying to process, that can feel like tension or pressure, like that tension headache that goes around, or it's your chakras that they're trying to open, so it's like a muscle, but they're sore, they're tired, they're getting depleted. And so when that happens, you can charge them up. And the colors for the third eye is like this indigo color, and then the color for the crown is a magenta or a high vibrational, like a purpley white color. So if you have anything, a headband or a hat or a piece of cloth, you can put it on it, and through chromotherapy, so through the color frequency, that will really help to support and nourish that color. So let's see, there we go. Okay, I'm still wondering what's going on at Amy Sikarsky. So somebody send hearts or send a message because, okay, thank you, because it's freezing on my end, so hopefully it's going. So, so here are some aspects. So let me know, can you guys type in any symptoms that you're experiencing that maybe I haven't talked about, and I kind of like to describe from my level of awareness what that could be about, and then also if I'm guided, I will just put in, I'll tune in and ask a question about it if we don't. So, so Amanda's saying headaches right in the front of their forehead. Yes, especially like right here. That would be an activation of a third eye, but also they're saying for you it'd be really nice to clear that. So sometimes we get so bombarded by all of the energy around us, all of the information coming at us, subliminal messages, like I'm calling it craziness because when I see it, it looks like staticky energy everywhere from people in our world. So that would be one aspect. Oh, okay, so hi Katie, hi. Where are the crown chakra points on your head? So our main one is like legit right central, the central column of light that comes down right here. But then we also have the third eye right here, and then just like around as if you were wearing a crown or a hat, right where it would sit. It's a little bit, maybe different depending on the shape of your head for everybody, but it goes around the back all the way to the front. and over, how do I want to say it? Very, very close, like I feel mine very close to the temples. So kind of along that line. And so those are called transpersonal chakras. They're tiny, they're smaller, but they're super important. And for those of us that are, and you all, because I think anybody that's on here, this is like important information for all of you, because if you haven't already, I feel like for real, like you're going to be awakening these chakras up. So it's great to have this information. These chakra points help us to discern information around us. So a lot of people will think, oh, what's the third eye about? Like it's only about seeing the future or seeing energy or clairvoyant abilities, but also look at it like planning and implementing and being able to foresee, like to create. So it deals a lot with manifesting. It deals a lot with discretion and discernment. So when we talk with our guides, it's a really pivotal, this is a whole pivotal pathway right here that helps us with integrating our reality and the world around us. So that and our gut. So our gut instincts helps us think too, and our heart. But there's a certain way of using these chakras, so they're very, very important. And if you're feeling those open at all or pressure, then that's what that's about. So let me look over on Starlight Photos. Okay, so yeah, all right, you guys, definitely. Okay, so I'm seeing tons of physical symptoms. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, Dala, hi. I'm going to try and come back to your question in a minute. So physical symptoms, I'm seeing a lot about ringing in the ears. So ringing in the ears, there's a lot of aspects to that, okay? So physically, if you have a physical issue, it's called tinnitus. And that's where there's an issue like with the inner ear, and you would need to see a doctor for that. But if it's coming and going, for me it's warm. It typically feels like really warm. I feel heat. It's this buzzing, ringing. Generally speaking, that's when we're getting information. That's when we're getting a download. It's you could think of it as like subconscious information. You could think of it, sometimes I see it like light language, geometrical configurations or symbols that are coming through in waves, the sound waves. So it's an upgrade, it's a download, it's psychic information. They're calling it psychic information. Some of you are going to resonate with that word. So subliminal messages, but it's like from your soul or your guides. Sometimes I look at the physical body and our energy system like a computer. So you could think of it as a new like upgrade in programming. So that's one aspect, to feeling humming and ringing in the ears. Another aspect is we're talking about being sensitive. So that's also like your sometimes I feel like a lot of us are at different spaces, and maybe one sense is activating, you know, of course, before the other. But sometimes I feel like a lot of us are going through this process where we're upgrading and we feel like we're a new human. And I've heard that term many times. I think I've used it. So this is where really like physically your ears, you are hearing, your auditory capabilities from the physical body are becoming more sensitive. You're tuning in more. So like somebody was talking about, you know, like I have this fan going above me, I can hear it. When I have appointments, sometimes I can hear the energy if I'm playing music, like the electrical energy, the hummingness coming from my radio, the humming from the refrigerator somebody mentioned. So that is another aspect of hearing vibration, frequencies, and tones from raising our vibration. This would be it's not a symptom. I don't want to call it a symptom because symptoms, as I said before, kind of has a negative connotation in the medical industry, which is my background is in nursing. So a sign, let's say. So this is an upgrade of the physical body upgrading. So also we have little chakras in the ears, and when they start to clear out, you can feel like or if they're clogged, somebody mentioned swimmy, like a swimmy feeling, a dizzy feeling, a clogging, yes. So you can clear that out. I would use, and I don't have it with me. I have this one. This is a Smoky Quartz Vogel crystal wand. And so you can do like crystal release, where there's a whole class on it, and there's a home study course how to do it. But so if you want more information or to certify in it, just go to my website. amysikarsky.com and click on classes through the IEL Institute. But you go in and you click in and you find it, and there's a whole way to do it, but you find the block and then you extract it. So you're pulling it out, and then you would transmute it or give it to your guides or angels. But you can do like a crystal clearing. It's just like you're going in and pulling the energy out. And if you don't have that capability, you can just kind of like pull the energy out if you have a clog there. But oh yeah, they're telling me now sound healing. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have a full set of crystal bowls, and you can do the sounds they're saying for the throat, because the throat is communication and the ears are related to the throat chakra. So it's all communication, receiving and giving communication. So those are some of the differences. So that would be for my words paused. Sorry guys. Okay, so that is for yeah, I had the comments paused for a second. That would be through the communication of the ears and the ringing of the ears. So if anybody's feeling that, it's really common. It's kind of a cool experience. One day I was sitting on the couch and I heard it was years ago, and I heard the tone come in, and I could hear it like come in from it felt like it was coming in from across the room, right? But really it was coming in through another dimension is what I would say. And I heard it and I was like, oh, hey, like in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, my guides are here. Hi guys. This is when I was going through like tons of upgrades, and I was getting these like downloads and all of this like on the daily. It felt like definitely on the weekly. So it was very common. I was like, oh, hi, they're back. You know, I'm thinking this and talking to them in my mind. And then my son, how old was he at the time? He was probably 8 or 9, and he was sitting on the couch, and he turned and looked at me and his eyes got really big, and he's like, what is that? And I'm like, what? Because I didn't know. He's like, that noise. And he's kind of like, what is that? Like he could feel it in his heart too. He could feel the vibration. And I'm like, oh, you're getting that. So it was like really cool, because I don't know about you all, but for the most part, when I get those, it's just me. Like nobody else can hear it. I'm like, hey, do you hear that? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, hey, do you hear that? No. So I was really surprised he could hear it. So that is another aspect of them raising your vibration. And you can also think of it as tuning. So sometimes the tones will come in like a tuning fork, and it will tune your energy up. So yes. So these are all ways that we hear the vibrations, the humming, the ringing in the ears, if it's energetic and not tinnitus. So healing love. Hi. You're saying your throat's feeling really tight or clogged in certain places, and I think somebody over here was talking also about their throat, and this would be like the physical throat. So in my experience, if it feels like a pressure, like it's getting tight or clogged, and it's hard to talk. So I'm not speaking about like it hurts to talk physically, but just you find that you can't formulate the correct words or get it out, then that's definitely a sign of a blocked chakra. So then you would want to work on that chakra, which the color blue, and I'm trying to remember the tones. Hold on. Let me count. Well, I don't have it memorized right now. I should. I know the root is C. Let me look. I have a book. I'm going to refer to my book. This is the 7 personal chakras, and I'm just flipping now to the throat because I want to give you guys the tone. I don't have it memorized. Oh yeah, G. G. So this book's really cool because it talks about all the different chakras. It has the location symbol, colors, toning, the mantras, the element, clairsenses. It talks about like what affirmations would be good for that chakra, signs and symptoms of over or undercharged chakras. Like the essential oils to use, physical like yoga poses, like a really cool book, and it goes through the 7 major chakras. And so this is what it looks like again, and it's available on Amazon. It's called the 7 personal chakras, and it's just a little reference guide to a chakra class that I teach from time to time. So but yeah, so G, so you would tune in with the vibration of G to activate the throat and clear that out. So that's one aspect of it. So okay, so if you're feeling pressure, yeah, people are talking about pressure on the chest and the throat. That's just, for me, what I've experienced in my life and what I see with clients is it's a lot of energy sitting there that hasn't been processed yet. So breathing, meditating will help. So breathing will help that aspect, and also visualizing and clearing and asking your angels to come and clear it out. So somebody on here, oh, hi Soul Boheme. Okay, so you want to take some classes? Yeah, I have a class I'm offering in person in Dallas. I think it's on the 28th of April, and it's the first like introductory class into this work. It's communicating with angels, and we talk about all the clair gifts. We're going to go a little bit into archangels and ascended masters, and then in a few months after that I'll teach a class on chakras. But I also have there's some online classes that you can find, and then I mentor students through that, and it's on my website, amysikarsky.com. And you can also send me a message or DM me if you have specific class that you're looking for, and I can tell you if it's one that I offer. So so thanks for mentioning that. Oh, and thank you. So thank you about the necklace. This is a Star of David Vogel cut. I don't know if you guys can see it. So on one side, it's got the like the Merkaba kind of in it. It has the triangle going up, and then the triangle going up on this side, and then going down. And you can see it's like kind of thick. And this these pendants, when you program and clear them and program them, they activate, like they, how do I say it, not activate, well they do, but they boost your energy field, so it can act as a form of protection, like a buffer for you. And you can find those on my website also. But there was somebody on here talking about the chakras of the ears, and that they're partially deaf. Oh, it's you. Hi. Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce your name. So Gino, so you're partially deaf, and I'm just reading through some of the comments. They're so fun. So yeah, so even tinnitus. Yes, yeah, I think tinnitus. That's how you pronounce it. And so even if you're partially deaf, what you can still feel, I don't know if this is what you were asking, but you can still feel that vibration and that humming, because you'll feel it more like physical vibration, as if, just like if you could hear, bass playing or when people speak. So, and for me, it's always warm. It's like this warm vibration coming in. So, so that's one aspect of it. And tinnitus. It's a medical word. DM me and I'll send you the correct spelling of it. So so also, let's see, diet changes. Okay, I've seen that on both accounts. So diet changes, yes. Let's talk about diet changes, you guys. This is a hot topic, I think, and it's very important for everybody to know that your unique situation is going to be your own unique situation. So we all have a physical body, and there's a lot of differences in our origins, so the DNA and where the body's from. Everybody in my family, there's 4 of us, we all have a different diet, and it's whatever works for us. Sometimes we regulate and fluctuate, and we'll try different things, like reset our systems. And fasting is also, and like intermittent fasting is really, really nice. But let's talk about diet. So let me just say this. Generally speaking, when we're going through this ascension process, you might find that you have cravings for something that you typically wouldn't eat, that will be outside of the norm for you. And the reason is either you are upgrading or needing more nourishment for that specific chakra or for the physical body. Okay, so I have gone periods of years where I don't eat meat at all, and then some days it's like my body says I need it. And I know some people, it's like really controversial. There's a lot of vegetarians and vegans that are probably on the call, and I always try and source all of my meat like very locally, and do like pasture raised, all of this, like conscious intentions, give thanks to the animal, and all of this. So so there's absolutely like no judgment, at least coming from me, for anybody that feels that they need to eat a certain whatever it might be. So meat, fruit, veggie, whatever. But let's talk about, so the chakra systems are all rainbows of light. They're all spectrums of the rainbow. So so if you're like craving red food, this would be the root chakra. So, or if you have a misalignment with the root chakra, meaning that it's undercharged. So if it's overcharged, you don't want to do this. And this little book that I have can give you more info on that, like the signs and symptoms of overcharged and undercharged chakras. But so if your root chakra is undercharged, then you would want specifically red foods and root-based vegetables, because it's like all in the earth, right? So beets, radishes, you can do carrots. There are red carrots, like deeper colored carrots, and you can do carrots even though orange is kind of more like the color of the sacral chakra. It's okay, it's a root veggie, right? Red potatoes, so anything that grows in the ground and that's red would be really great for you. And you can also do fruit, but like to get the best bang for your buck, if you want to say, like the most impact, it would be a root-based red veggie for the root chakra. There you go, root and root, right? So just think of that. And then you would just go up through the chakras. So the heart is one of the chakras. Oh, Melly V said carrots were originally purple. Oh my gosh, I almost said purple. Yeah, we got some carrots the other day. I loved it. They were all the different colors. It was like this pinkish purple, and then an orange and a deeper purple, and I think there was a white one. It was like a really pretty melody of colors. But yeah, so anytime you can enliven your foods, yeah, beetroot with different colors, you're nourishing your whole vibrational spectrum. So all of the different frequencies of the chakras. So Elijah says, what about chocolate? I really love chocolate. Well, chocolate can ground you. So if you are one who is always like feeling that you're out of body, chocolate can bring you back in so fast. It's not even funny. Like, it's really good. If I've had a day where I'm in the other dimensions all day or whatever, I will eat dark chocolate because it just pops me right back in. So that's one aspect of it. Hi! So we have some people joining now. Yeah, I popped on a little bit early today because anticipating that I'm going to have people coming home early from school and work, so I thought I'd get on early myself. So those are some aspects. What are some of the best ways to get proteins? Well, there's plant-based protein, so if you're very conscious about that, you can, plant-based protein, so I would just look that up. Yeah, thank you for answering. So people are answering for each other. I appreciate that. And then, yeah, meat is a different, meat you have to be very cautious with. I just am very discretionary with the meat that I put in my body based upon the animal's life, how they were fed, the type of life they had, the way that, I won't get into it right now because it's so sad and depressing. But yeah, so if you can do plant-based protein, it's really, really good, actually. It's really good for you. So also, and if you crave chocolate after meditation, that would be it. So I was going to talk about the heart. So the heart chakra is one of the very unique chakras because it has two colors. So it has green, and that deals more with the physical body and levels 1 to 3 of the energetic field of the aura. And then pink you'll find on the astral plane on up. So if you're clairvoyantly looking, you'll see those different colors. And one of my favorite stones for the heart chakra is a rainbow tourmaline. So it's got the green and the pink in it. It's super pretty, and it's just the perfect stone for that. So the heart chakra, the nutrients for that, watermelon. I was watermelon would be great. Anything that's pink or green. So watermelon kind of has both, right? Watermelon, strawberries, raspberries, apples are great. So anything that's pink or red can go here, because if you think about red, so I'm talking about strawberries, right? So some strawberries have a vibration where it's a little bit lighter, and so then it's got that pink aspect to it. And so I also do raspberries for the heart, so you can do it for the heart or the root. When you think about color, it's the concentration of it, right? So when pink is just a diluted form of red. So that's the colors here. Pears. I'm just trying to think. Just get creative. Any veggies, any of the green veggies will really help this and support the heart. So and Healing Love is saying that's what she's wearing. So that's another thing we talked about, is you can nourish your energy centers through color. You'll notice that I wear black a lot. I just love it because to me black is a comforting color. It's very soothing, and because my energy system's super sensitive, it just feels like I'm wrapped in this warm blanket kind of a thing. So I wear black a lot unless I'm working on a specific chakra. Then you can wear that color or sleep with a blanket of that color. So any other questions? Please let me see some books on chakras. You can go into Amazon. There's a lot of them. This is the one that I wrote, and I like it because it's just a reference manual. There's no stories or long discussions. It's you open it up and it has the information for you. Here, let me open it up to a page. So we'll have the information for you. And I think that each chakra has maybe 3 to 4 or 5 pages. exercises you can do, signs of deficiencies or overactive healing dynamics, traumas and abuse, like, so how, because when we work with the chakras, sometimes I see them and they're broken. I guess you could call it broken. That's kind of a basic way of saying it. But a spring will be popped out, or part of it will be clogged or detached. And so it also talks about like traumas and sources of that, and what type of trauma could have affected that particular chakra, stuff like this, and how to help heal with that. So, thanks, Kafrine. Yeah, and real quick, while I'm thinking about it, books. These are my 3 books, and right now I'm doing a gift to everybody. So if you review one of these books, or you can do all of them on Amazon, then I'm giving you a free 1-question reading by email, and you have 6 months to send in your question. So if you don't have a question now, I have part of the Starseed Ascension series is activating the Starseed. I'm feeling like it's probably showing up backwards for you, so get creative. This is messages from the councils, and also then I have the chakra book, and you just like go onto Amazon and type in Amy Sikarsky. They'll all come up, or go to my website. The link's in my bio. But yeah, so, and then I'm doing a drawing out of everybody that leaves a review. Then one person will get a 20-minute reading. But yeah, I'm just trying to kind of boost my reviews on Amazon, because I get lots of reviews from everybody through emails, direct messages, clients that I'm speaking with that have a lot to say about the books. And it's like, oh, let's move it on over to Amazon so some other people can understand some aspects of it. So yeah, so we have that going on. And then I just wanted to, I don't even know what time it is. I think we're almost... trying to look. I think we have like 15 minutes, and then if I need to, I'll pop back on. But let's take some questions. So kind of finishing up signs and symptoms of light body ascension. So we talked a lot about symptoms. Let me talk about the beautiful aspects of it, like what y'all can expect. So when I was a child, I was brought up in a religious home, and I knew about angels, I knew about God and heaven, and that was kind of like it. But it's not like we didn't really like communicate with angels or pray to angels or talk to angels. It wasn't really like a thing, right? Oh, and there's a cord cutting question. Okay, I'll come back to that. So anyways, so then I went through my life. There was a big upheaval that happened in our family. My parents divorced like when I was a teenager. It was really challenging, and so I started to turn away from religion, and I was really lost, and I just found myself in a crystal shop one day, and it was all angels. And so from there I learned about Reiki, and then as a young adult trained in Reiki. And that was cool because I had some out-of-body experiences for the first time. I started receiving visitation from non-physical beings, we'll call them. So my star guides, councils would come through. I didn't know what it was about. And then I started working more with Ascended Masters and separating from religious dogma more into like spirituality and all-encompassment of all the different Ascended Masters and all the different archangels. And then I went to nursing school and kind of closed it all down, and like went into the like my analytical mind and like medical field and all of that. And I do see a definite, like, when you can balance the both of them, it's like super important and really powerful. But so I definitely see value in that. But let's see, how long ago? I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, I took some more in-depth training, and that's when everything popped wide open for me. So for the first like majority of my life, I wasn't seeing energy. Now I'm seeing energy. I didn't channel. The word scared me, legit. Like I was like, what is that? Now I channel. Mediumship? No way. Like I was so, like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do mediumship. Now I do mediumship. So my perspective and education around things shifted. And my abilities changed, and this can happen for all of you too. So if you're at a space where you want to like start using a particular clair gift, or you want to understand the energetic body, or you're like, yes, I'm ready for the next ascension level, I'm telling you, like, I've been there. It's an awesome experience, and you can have that too. You don't have to go to somebody for energy session, but I will say it helps. It's my most favorite thing to go to somebody for energy session, because I just get to zone out and let it happen. During my first reconnective healing session that I had, where I was the client, I left the body. It was the coolest thing ever. I didn't know what was happening. This is when I was learning my starseed origins, and I was kind of like wondering, for me it was like all this energy was coming in. I was already working with clients, and it wasn't Reiki, and it wasn't earth-based energy. My instructors at the time, they're like, what are you doing? Where's this frequency coming from? And I'm like, I don't know, it's just happening. So that was my question that I had in my heart for like 2 weeks. And then I had this session, and they popped me out, and they showed me a star system. They took me to my home, like star planet. They showed me the Merkaba, which was my introduction. I didn't even know what the Merkaba was before then. And so then afterwards, I like got on Google and Googled everything. But my whole point is like, wherever you are on your path, you can definitely like excel quickly, and you can activate your clair gifts to like such an advanced level. The energy right now is very supportive of it. If you're on the call, it's like, you know, part of your vibration. For some reason you're here and you stayed here, so there's an aspect of it that you would resonate with. So whatever it might be. And so if you're going through days where you're having these ascension symptoms, where you're tired, you're fatigued, you're having headaches, you're releasing emotions, whatever it might be, like you start to become super sensitive of everybody's energy and you just want to lock yourself in the house, like I've been there, it will all regulate. The session was, somebody's asking, it was the reconnective healing. So, and I'm trained in that, so if you want to put an appointment with me, we can do that too, or you can find a practitioner near you. And there's two aspects. There's the reconnective healing, which is a very fluid, free-flowing type of healing session. And then also we have the reconnection, and that has to be done in person. It's a 2-day process where the practitioner goes through and they will... they'll connect. The way I see it is it's connecting grids and points of light in the system. Not just the physical body, not the chakras. It's like in the auric field, and it goes through into the physical body. It's really cool. It's all like it's a grid of sacred geometry over the body, and that will bring you to the next level. But so anyways, so there are some huge upsides to all of what you might be going through. So for example, maybe you want to see things. Now I can see energy. Maybe you want to know more like how to talk to guides and angels. It's second nature now. So all of these things. So I'm going to read through questions real quick. There was one about cords. And I'm going to pop back on because I know we're going to run out of time. So I'll pop back on and we'll do some readings. But I do have to get a drink real quick. So, oh, there you go. You posted again. Okay, let me read it real quick. 1 second. Oh, okay. Okay, so Dalla Marie says, she did a cord cutting exercise last night, and when she asked Archangel Michael to cut the cord between her and somebody else, felt a quick, sharp pain in their solar plexus. Yes. Okay, so when we cut cords, typically it's not that painful. I don't know what happened. I will ask for you. What they're saying is that other person was holding on so tight. It's like when there's all that tension, like on tug of war, all the tension, and then somebody lets go and you fall back. But it's also like a rubber band where it can snap back and hit you. So you felt it in your solar plexus because that's where that's where the cord was, of course. And the solar plexus is our place of personal power. Hi everybody new. The whole thing is going to end in a minute, and we're gonna pop back onto another live. But it's our personal power. So anytime there is a cord that needs to be released at the solar plexus, you're talking about a play, like a fighting of willpower here. Somebody else wanting to control you, wanting you to see things or do things in their type of way, have their perspective about it. So that would definitely like make sense why you could feel that sharp pain. That was the release. But I would ask you to heal that because you have, how do I want to say it? I can see your chakra, and it's like a little bit, that cord is still there, but it's your part of the cord, your part of the energy, and it's frayed on the edge, so it just looks like a cable that's fraying. So just put your hands on your solar plexus and think of the color yellow, vibrate with it, and then eat some yellow foods like we were talking about. And I'm just calling in some angels because I always love to work with them, and once I connect it, I can see the work start, like already starting. So see, you have Archangel Jeremiel coming, and so there's still some lessons to be learned. And the reason I'm saying that is he helps with transitions. don't think of it like I have to learn a lesson. Think of it like something to be resolved, some energy to be healed, and you're gonna have an aha moment with it. So on your aspect, it's not settled, like it's not healed. There's something for you that you need to recognize and integrate. So yeah, and citrine, thank you Magic Weaver. Citrine might help, so you can put a crystal on there too, so any yellow stone. Yeah, I love that. You popped, like your message popped right in. So anything, will it be okay? Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. They might call you whenever like seriously guys, like whenever we release cords, I often see the other person on the other end like immediately calling or sending an email or trying to direct message or talk. So if they do, just kind of like maybe don't respond right away or at all. Depends on the level of the release and if you want them in your life still or not. But it'll be okay. Oh, the ex, the father of your child. Yeah, it'll be fine. You'll still have a relationship because of your child, and you'll see him often. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just you're claiming your own willpower, your own free will, and your own power back to yourself again, and not letting him control you. Yeah, and Colin, thank you, Elijah. Call on. He's saying that's true. Call on Raphael. He's the healing angel, and he'll help you as well. So love that you guys are helping each other out with us. So that's what you would want to do with that. And then let me see what else, and just like the brief little glimpse that I'm going to look at it. He's doing really good, but you have some cords at the back of your sacral chakra. So that's our sexual center. And of course it was because of your intimate relationship. But girl, any cords at the back of chakras, they are not good. It's a form of manipulation and they come around like really sneaky from behind. So whenever we have a relationship with anybody, our cords should be like from our throat to their throat, our heart to their heart, front to front. Anything that goes around the back is really sneaky and you just want to release that. So after you're feeling like that chakra is settled and healed, then you're going to want to work through the cords at the back of the sacral. And there's multiple ones and they're small. There's like a lot of small multiple ones. So you could do one at a time and carefully release those. So yeah, okay, let me look over at Starlight Photos. Hi guys, hello, yeah, hi, so lots of love to everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you guys are here. Somebody's speaking in Spanish, which I know a little bit of Spanish, but not enough. So, but thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, no motivation, feeling tired. Okay, guys, this is a sign and it is a symptom of the ascension process, but also, like, legit, if you can't get out of bed for more than 3 days and you're at that level and it's not a physical situation, you want to check your polarity. My polarity has been flipped before and it's horrible. Like, it's just horrible. I got depressed and there was no reason for it. Hi Jen, hi Vibrational. So I'm just like seeing everybody on here. So polarity, there's a whole class on it through the IEL Institute on my website. It's a home study course. You can look into it. It talks about what causes the polarity reversal, how to fix it, exercises that you would do. Like it was just life-changing for me. There's breath work and exercises, and just briefly, any trauma or a lot of shifts or a lot of movement in life can flip your polarity around. And a lot of times our polarity will flip and then we can get it back where it needs to be. But yeah, Terry's saying depression. Yeah, I like hit this level of depression like no other, and I was looking around logically at my life and I thought, there is no reason to be depressed. What is going on? And so found out that it was my polarity had been reversed. And for myself, I had just gone on a trip. And on that trip, I was visiting family and I was going back to a place of childhood. So everything was coming up for me. And I went to the mountains of Park City. Like, I'm really low on sea level here in Texas, so there was this huge like spike in elevation, so it's physical. I was on an airplane and I was staying with different family members, sleeping in different places every night for 2 weeks and eating differently. Just like everything. It was like a whole tornado, like this big storm, and my energies just couldn't take it anymore. And so when I came back, I felt good until I got home, and then I crashed and I could not get out of bed for like 2 days. So look at polarity reversal. If that's not the case, someone's saying sunlight will help. You can try emotional freedom technique, EFT, where you do the tapping to get your energy systems flowing again. And also they're saying food, make sure you're eating live nutrients, so plant-based fruit and plant food, and see if that will help you. And if not, then you can like put an appointment with me if you like more information. But definitely look into polarity reversal, because I'm hearing that's a big thing right now for a lot of us, especially with these new waves of energy that are coming in and hitting us. And Magic Weaver says, also count your blessings. Yes, so always like increasing our vibration by gratitude is really beautiful. So we have 30 seconds left. I just want to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to pop back on and take more questions, do readings in that way. And thanks everybody for joining. So I'm on Starlight Photos and also Amy Sikarsky. So this month in April, there's an angel class in Dallas. In May, Nicole and I will be in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, for a Metatron, Evening with Metatron. We'll be doing she'll be doing trans-channel mediumship. I'll be doing readings and light body activations. We will try and stream that live. You can catch some other ones on YouTube at channelingtheangels.com. And I will pop back on in a minute.